Hey there, Christine.
Hi, yes.
Yes, hi. We had Wanda a while back, but it looks like her internet connection is um, it's not working right now. But
Okay.
for sure, she'll be joining back.
All right, no problem.
Okay.
Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Hi there. Sorry, our power just went out. So weird. I had to connect on my phone. Such fun. Such fun that we deal with on a daily basis. So how are you, darling?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Super good. Okay, so let's get you rocked and ready for
Yes.
this upcoming webinar. Okay, so tell me a little bit more about the weekend. How did it go? How did everyone
Yeah,
take it?
it went really well. I mean, most of the people who were at the event were more so just like people who just basically needed holistic health help
Okay.
themselves, but there were
Yeah.
definitely, a decent crowd of other wellness practitioners. The first day was a lot of like massage therapist type people that were coming up to me who,
Yeah.
I could help them, but I'm not really like super excited about that. So I was like, all right,
Yeah.
cool, let's take a card.
Yeah.
But then, the second day, especially after I spoke, a lot more targeted people came up to me. So I started having more of like my target audience around. So I probably ended up getting about 25, 26 people on my list and probably 20 or 30
Okay.
more cards. So that was good.
And
I
that's
sent emails
quality,
to
right?
all
Like,
of them.
when you think about it, you look at the quality, right, of where they come from. So we're not looking for the masses. So that's a really
Right.
strong number.
Yeah. No, I'm very happy with it. That was
Yeah.
that was kind of the number I was thinking anyways.
Yeah. Good.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Awesome.
so
And
it was great.
your topic was on the gut connection, right? So then did you do any transition about what you do now, and how did you transition them into what you do?
Yeah, so basically at the beginning, I kind of, introed what I do. I said, I built a successful health coaching practice focused on gut
Mhm.
health. And in parallel to that, I was running a digital marketing agency and then, ended up deciding to kind of fuse together both of my passions. So now I help other wellness practitioners. Raise of hands, who is a wellness practitioner here, probably about 10 people or so raised their hands. I was like,
Okay.
awesome. I am the founder of the Confident Marketing Code. So if you're looking to build or
Okay.
scale
Good.
your business authentically, come up to me afterwards, or my booth number is booth number 26. So several people did come up afterwards for that.
Okay. Awesome. That's a
Yeah.
perfect transition, because that's what I really wanted to make sure and talk today is just making sure that your transition levels are strong, because
Mhm.
when it comes to making offers, right, going from a presentation to the transition to the offer, sometimes
Yeah.
it feels a little tricky. What
Yeah.
is your experience or confidence levels in webinar delivery? Have you done this in the past? Like, where are you at, so I can help create the
Um,
basics behind it?
I've done like, I've done more just like Facebook Live type trainings.
Okay, right?
And when I have done webinars, like I've done like master classes where I've charged like, $47 or something for someone to come. So it's more so that
Yeah.
and just content delivery. So I've never done like an upgrade or an offer based on that.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Well, that's good then. But it's again, it's the same thing, right? Because the way that you're doing it, because we're using it on Zoom, there's a couple options, and I think we all decided. Did we decide that you were going to stream through to your page, or are we just having them come on Zoom Brady Bunch? Is there?
Just on Zoom.
Okay, so you just want to bring them face to face on Zoom. We're not going to stream it.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
because
mean,
what
we never discussed streaming, so I don't know.
we had chatted about it, because the reason why is you had to upgrade to Zoom webinar in order to stream as well.
Right.
So there's two options. It can still happen, because we're not, out of the loop as of yet. It just came down to really where your level, was. If you just wanted this to be just for the ones that you're inviting, or if you
Mhm.
wanted it to also stream on your page. Because there's two ways. You can either stream live, or you
Yeah.
could run it with the participants, and then we can premiere it live as if it was also live.
Okay.
So you
So I
can
don't
pick.
have a page created yet for this.
You don't have a what page
Like I
created
don't
for?
have a
Oh,
Facebook page.
that's why it was. That's right. We don't have a content marketing code page yet.
Yeah.
That's why we decided to do it that way. Okay. Because you're just really running it all through your personal, right? As of this
Right.
time.
Yeah,
Okay,
which has
cool.
been wildly successful because I'm connected to so many of them on Facebook. So
Yeah, which is great until Facebook starts to see what's going on, and they have started cracking down. So we're seeing some
really,
pretty big changes, but we'll keep doing that, obviously, because that's where the
yeah.
people are. But what we can do though too, we can still stream it as a premiere on your, wait, Larcy, correct me if I'm wrong right now. We are, we're not able to premiere on personal, but we can watch party it if she
Mhm.
loads it. Yeah, we'll just think of your back end. We'll just think of the replay of it all, Kristine, because we want to pick
Yeah.
up people on the back end.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Larcy. I know what you were going to say. Okay, cool. So then what we have is I have a really, really simple outline template that we do for webinars, and I tell you exactly what to put in every single slide. And
Oh,
it's
cool.
a high process conversion webinar platform. This is one I've used and sold, typically anywhere from 50 to 200,000 on my
Wow.
webinars, just using this type of process. So it's really simple. It's something that you'll be able to engage properly with because it's a natural sell. I work directly with Russell Brunson as well on their
Mm.
Perfect webinar. Are you familiar with their styles at all?
No, not really.
Okay, then that's good. We do very similar, yet I added it on to make it a lot more connected and meaningful, like how we work on lives and how we work as a personal brand. Very different than if you're just doing a salesy brand.
Yeah.
So we kind of combine the two and make it even better. Lars, would you, had you dropped those in for me yet?
Yes, you got it on Messenger.
Okay, excellent. I want, you gave me the webinar outline, right? The one that has my grids. Yeah, okay, cool.
We have 3 links in there.
All right. Yeah, the slide outline, perfect. Okay, so we've got 3 things for you, Kristine. And one is called, and I'm just opening it, so just bear with me for a moment, is, and it'll be really, really easy for you to manage. Okay, so let me pull these up, and then I'll open it for you. All right. So the process that we used, you had said that it, hold on, darn it. The QR code process, it was a little bit hard to do because of the Wi-Fi, right?
Nobody really even attempted it because they knew they didn't have cell service, or they were just like super confused. Like they were like giving it like the eyebrow, like, what is this?
Yeah.
So I didn't even bother.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I mean, obviously there's reasons behind everything, right?
Yeah.
Although it is a good thing because then it just showed your innovation and,
Yeah, totally.
right? Because there's obviously this, and I'll show you this. This is, you hadn't seen this as of yet, but I'll show it real broadly because this is what we really follow on when it comes to the continual development of your brand and of course your course and your company is of course the positioning, and that's where you stood out from the start anyways, which is really leveling out your positioning and visibility of what you look like, how your the customers are seeing the quality, and of course storyline, which was great that you told the story and you actually sold on stage because that really made that event quite powerful, because it allows you to really connect your knowledge base to now what you're actually doing, which is then standing into the innovation side. So the innovation side is where you are, but we begin to start doing this, and this is something too, Kristine, that'll be quite fun if we take that QR code and add it into your close. Right? So what happens is what we do on the phone, right? When we're watching a webinar, you actually will instruct them to do that exact same slide. So you can use that exact same slide that was in the folder or in the what is that called? In the frame.
Yeah. Okay.
And you'll instruct them at the very end to do just that. So that now, if you're working personally in Messenger, guess what's going to happen when someone's watching a webinar with you? And you say, okay, everyone, I actually have another great way. I have a free gift for you, right? So you can say, I have a free gift, and I'll go through the steps in a moment, but then you can have them scan. So they're either going to take the offer or they're going to take the free gift, and either way, they're going to be in their phone.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So, and then again, then it comes down to the purchasing moment, which is how they're going to take that offer and then the experience they have with you. So we follow every one of these steps when we're in development of your brand, when we're in sales processes of your products or your services and your webinars, and then also in how you then create the experience for them. So this is what we will follow. And I'll
Okay.
always reference that to this brand soul outline on a
Okay.
continual basis. But I'll give you this as well. We didn't give you access to our the Sexy Brand Building Formula program, I don't think as of yet, or maybe you did get it. But because we were focused so much on just diving in, I didn't reference all this stuff as of yet with you.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, good.
So
I think I did get an email for access, but I've just been so busy with everything. I haven't even dug in yet.
Yeah, don't even worry. When it's time, the time will be perfect. Okay,
exactly.
So this is what we follow. And you're going to love this because we've had really successful results because all you do is follow it step by step. Every single slide is going to be followed, right? So, and it comes down really easy. We break it into 4 elements. The setup, which is what you've done, build rapport, become relatable, just in the languaging. So if you notice here, I even say here, so you always want to have a image of you, which is your, which will be your webinar banner. So Larcy, take note. We need a slide template for Kristen, which pretty almost done because we've already got all the color guidelines. I think I would like it to look like the opening slide of her funnel with the black kind of swirl at the top, or just how all the branding's been done. Like the slide should look like have her logo down at the bottom right, the kind of a swirl along the top with the borders, the gold borders around it. I have an idea of what I want it to look like, and I'll show you guys in a minute. But we want it to keep real simple. So then all you're going to do, Kristen, are you familiar with working in Keynote and slides?
Yes.
Or in PowerPoint? Okay.
Yep. I've done Google Slides, PowerPoint, Keynote, any of them is fine.
Perfect. Because we'll create the template and then you'll just add in the content. The first time that we do slides, we don't completely design them for you because we want to make sure it's a nailed presentation that you create. So we create the template and then you put in the images and the bullet points. And then once the webinar is like really nailed, you're like, I've got this, then our guys can more deeply design them and create activities and make them look a lot more clean and polished. But when a first one like this, we wouldn't get them done in time either because you'd have to
totally
complete it, right? So they will look amazing, whether, however you do them.
Yeah.
So let's follow through this together, okay? So you can see it. And then as we're going through this, I want you to, in your mind's eye, really think about what you would put in each and every one of these slides. And literally, you only have about 25 slides. And the reason why is you can go a little bit deeper when you are explaining or teaching. Is we know as a statistic or as a policy that making your offer within the first 25 to 30 minutes is our ideal conversion time. Okay. So it could be a little bit different than you're used to because if you're teaching on, for instance, what you're teaching on Facebook, Marcy, are we recording? Yes, we are. Good. Sorry. Is when you are teaching on a Facebook Live, we kind of just go into a lot more instruction, right? We're diving really, really deep. On the webinar side, to increase conversions and desire to work with you, we've got to stay really tight and on point. We want to keep their attention, and we also want them to feel that they need more, right?
Yeah.
And so how we do that is just by giving them just enough, and then making the offer. And as a rule, let me know if this pulled up. Did that pop up? What is an offer?
I still see the webinar outline slides.
Okay. All right. I'll move this over. I have to keep doing this. All right. So as a rule, this is what we follow, right? Your offer is 90% outcome, right? The outcome that they see that they're going to have. And 10% is service delivery. Now, what I mean by service delivery is it's how they're going to get it done. It's going to be 12 classes or 4 classes. It's going to have this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to, you're going to get this. All that stuff is about 10%. Most unexperienced and low conversion webinars are because they go heavy on what the service delivery is, and they forget about what the offer should be and the promise and the fall in love with the content and with you, which is, of course, the transformation, I like to call it. Like it's 90% transformation, I think I put up there. And then 10% service delivery. Okay. So I think that's already a way that you already teach, because that's your style. You're very heart-centered. You're very delivery-based on transformation. So you're not going to have a problem with it. But it's really important to bring it up, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Because you've seen webinars, right? Where you're like, seriously, like, come on, you're just selling me stuff. This is super boring. Like, I really want to know why you're good, right? Or you get there and you feel like you're being sold right away. You leave.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So we're on the same path and mindset. All right. And I know that you get this stuff. So if there's any times where you feel that I'm going a little too fast, just let me know.
Okay. Yeah, no, what's cool is actually this format is a very similar one that I've been following for like my health related talks.
Great.
Especially I haven't really done too much of an offer piece yet, but the rest of it is very similar. So that's perfect.
I've write in, and I like to always keep them really light, not so difficult in the beginning, especially because we want you to feel totally comfortable, because you'll deliver exactly how you should, because the slides are going to walk you through and your mind's already there in the transformation and the conversion. The only thing we'll work on is what your transition statement is and moving into the offer. Okay. And I'll give you an exact outline of how to do all of that stuff.
Okay.
All right. So let's just go through this real briefly, because just think about, I'm watching this webinar and, I'm going to feel how this person is delivering it. And then if it makes you feel like, wow, I want this, or I'm moving and I want more. That's the objective. So obviously first is attention grabber. We'll use an image with you. We'll get her slide template, and we want her webinar slide topic title slide card. Okay, Larcy? Once we get that done, what the title is. Yep. Okay, perfect. And then for the rest of them, now it's bragging rights, like this is who I am, what's my credibility, where I've been. This is probably something you already do. Building the rapport. We like to use what's called a sealed with a kiss promise, where you share, this is my mission for you today, and this is my promise. However you want to call it, we give names to everything that we do because it's memorable. When someone comes to my webinar and they're like, oh, it's a sealed with a kiss promise, like my brand is these big red lips, right? So everyone always sees it and they remember it. So my sealed with a kiss promise, or you could be your confidence marketing code promise, or right, our marketing code promise. I think using just the confidence marketing code promise would be really strong. Okay. So these in each of these, most of the bullet points would be either one slide or a combination of slides. So for your mission, that should be one slide. Your promise should be a second slide. And then this is a statement that we use because psychologically we are telling them they're going to get more. Okay. And you literally will and can read this, or you can put it on as a slide. What I tend to do is when I make our slides, I'll either have our clients print them out so they're next to them, or have your notes under 1, 2, 3 as you go along, just to make sure that you have some trigger points on the slides. Okay. And you'll do quite well, but this statement's extremely important because you say, and just so you guys all know, I'm going to give you as much as I can and the time allowed. And I'm going to share with you at the end how we're going to be able to work together further, or how you're going to be able to get even more, because that's a psychological seed.
Right.
Okay. And they're really quite important. When we leave them out, we see differences. And so they're really important to remember. So you can just kind of make it your own, but you stay and stay till the end. I've got something really special for you. And I'm going to share with you how we're going to be able to get more information, or how we can work together there. Okay. And you'll get all this outline stuff. And then next is be relatable, because if you've already just said, I've built multiple companies, I've helped this many people, this is my mission for you, this is going to be my seal the kiss promise, you're already elevating out, right, for them. And they could feel that you are even more out of reach for them if they have no idea what they're doing when it comes to their marketing, right? So we want to be relatable. So then we say, look, guys, I've been doing this for quite some time, but it wasn't always like this. Okay. You can do one image of you in the past or when you were brand new, and then have a couple bullet points saying, my first webinar I failed, or, you know, when I transitioned into being a health coach practitioner, I would be, because you were one, I would talk about the failures or the pains that you actually had in that moment when you're trying to market your business. Okay. And don't worry if you go through this outline, and you can, you know, send them over to me and ask, and I'll guide you through them as well, and maybe help with some wording. But really keep it simple, but be relatable. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, because if you have, wasn't always like this, should be a header of the slide, and then an image of you when you were first brand new, if you have one, would be epic.
Okay.
Okay. And then next is, of course, this discovery. Now, this is where you're going to target the problems that they may have, that you had, they had, and it's really talking about the solution that you ended up finding. Okay. Like you're gonna say, look, today we're really gonna open up, we're gonna crack the code. You can do crack the code a lot. That could be great for discovery. I'm gonna crack the code today on, you know, what happens when you're in your business and you are, you know, you run out of the friends and family, you run out of the personal referrals, right? Because you're helping them get more clients or their confusions, right? And so that happened for me, and I just went on a way to look for a solution. Because that's what the discovery process is, because you're being relatable, and then you're like, I had these exact same problems. But then I went on the search to find the right solution. And so if you are here to find out these problems, then you're in the right place, because that's exactly what I found and what we're going to do today, right? So they're like, oh, yay, she knows me. She was in the same place. She found the solution, and boom, she's going to actually give it to me.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. Awesome. All right. And then, so you're with me on the setup. Okay. Yep. Awesome. Great. Next then, of course, now this is the proof. This is when you are the one. All right. And that is, you're not in the right place if you are looking to, like, it's got to be the levels that you want to play on, right? Just like you said, those people were not my people, right? When that came up to the booth. Really want to, you don't want to work with them. So if you're someone that is looking for, if you're a complainer, or if you are, you know, brand new, or maybe you want brand new, right? I want you to know them to know they're in the right place, because that's me. But if it's not them, right? Personalities can be someone that's not coachable and trainable, right? Those are good statements. Someone that is really, you know, just, they think they know it all, and they're just really not ready to move forward. Or someone that's really afraid to step into coaching or marketing their business or learning new systems, because you've got to be saying that, because that is what you're helping them do, right?
Right.
If you want receding, if you're not someone that's ready to invest in your business, it probably isn't going to be a good one for you, right? Because you want them to invest.
Right.
With me?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's something I'm still trying to figure out, is like, how early on in their business do I want to help them? Because technically I can help people set up their business, but it's just a lot more work.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if for this 4-week course, I feel like people who are new might be able to get some good benefits from it, because I'm kind of just covering the foundation. So I feel like a group program like that would be fine for someone who's super new. But like more like a mastermind type thing, or one-on-one, I don't really want to like help them like set up that super introductory stuff.
Okay.
So it might be okay for this time.
This is a great discovery, right?
Yeah.
Because that alone, what you just said, is going to help you classify where you want to go. But if this 4-week course, this could be your beginner setup course, if you are teaching them the foundations in group, then they would then be ready for, you know, elevated coaching and mentorship.
Right.
Potentially. Right. So this could be a play. So what you really want to think about that then. What will this offer? Who will this offer serve? Okay. Because if this offer is going to bore the ones that actually are very well elevated, right? Or they're ready to step into the next level, this may not be for them. So what you could say is define who they are. That's going to 4 weeks going to work with. And you can say, if you are a more advanced business owner, this may be we may need to have a more personal conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the kind of thought process I want you to go through. It's like, this is not for you if you are, this is for you if you are ready, you're eager, you're ready to do this. It's not for you if you're a complainer, if you're not ready to invest in your business, or if you're someone that's looking for one-on-one mentorship. This webinar may not be the right form for you, but don't worry. I will have an opportunity for you to reach out to me personally.
Okay.
So if you need to classify them, so you can say this, actually, don't say that about that level here. We'll say it at the end.
Okay.
Okay. So don't say anything about the elevated one-on-one mentorship client. We'll say it at the offer. So, this offer may not seem like it's right for you if you are an experienced business owner, marketer. I have a private, a one-on-one application you're going to get to fill out to talk directly to me. So that way, if it doesn't land for them, the offer doesn't land, then those are the ones that actually will reach out personally.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Okay. Yep.
Okay. So good. So that slide alone will be very valuable for you to get mindful on who that person is.
Okay.
Okay. And it'll help you just get a lot better and more clear as well. Then next, of course, it's setting the expectations. You're going to say, this is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to solve this problem that they may have. Okay. And so then the solving of the problem is the one main thing, the one main point that you are going to really either teach or nail down. So we typically have about 5 to 8 in our process that we could teach them. So that's the full methodology.
Mm-hmm.
So what we typically will do is teach 1 to 3, like sample platter, the 1 to 3, right? Or sample platter them all, but we'll teach about 1 to 3 main points. Okay. And that'll go into the body reveal. You'll see more of that. But I'm saying that because I want your expectations that you're going to set will mean you're going to list all the problems you'll solve for this course that you're teaching, and what they're going to actually learn today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And then, of course, the transformation they're going to have, you're going to leave here with a plan, because that's what the audit was, right? You're going to leave here with maybe a revenue generating plan, a really competent way that you can grow your business, right? And some guidance for you to solve the problems that we talked about today.
Mm-hmm.
See how we're doing that? We're giving them what they're going to learn, or telling them about the problems that you're going to teach, and then you're sharing that transformation that they can leave with even by just being here on the webinar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? All right, next then, and always please interrupt me if I go too fast and you have a question, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next, of course, now is easy. That's the content testimonials, people that you've helped. If you have a video testimonial, solid. Like, ask the client, would you mind, I'm getting ready to do a webinar or offer, would you mind just doing a really quick video that says, working with Kristine, transformed my business, this is what happened. And that's literally 15 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So you can drop that video right into a slideshow. If you
Okay.
don't have one, yeah, you can just drop it right on. I can show you some examples of mine, but they're awesome, because Keynote lets you just slide through and boom, you set expectations. You go, and I got a really quick message for you from a great client of mine. Boom. It's like, wow, when I started working with Kristine, this happened, this happened, this happened. And then you can do the next one, right? Which could be an image, or you could do both images.
Okay.
All right. And then the third one is, now you're going to ask them for permission to teach.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, okay, all right, now it's time to get into the great stuff that I was working through, or that we're here for. I just want to get permission from you. Are you okay if I really show you, my process, or how I'm going to get you to solve those problems? And we ask for permission because that allows them to lean in, right? Okay. And so there's a couple other NLP NLP kind of seeds that I'll teach you, but I don't think I'll teach you that now, because you'll have to really know the methodology, the languaging. Are you familiar with NLP, or?
A little bit. I'm very familiar with the permission-based stuff. That's what I do in my sales calls.
Okay, great. Okay, excellent. So then I think I may have shared this with you before, where it's a slide that says in Marcy, I believe we have this exact technique as a written document. It's the I forget what we called it in the document. You know which one I'm talking about, right? Right? The key, what do we call it? It's the one about asking them not to use it for manipulation. She'll think of it. I forget what we called it. I can't give you the names. I don't remember what I called it. Let me say it and you'll know what I'm talking about. I might have shared this with you, Kristine, in this point. It's okay. At this point, I really want to ask you for permission to really show you this methodology. But before we do that, I want to get either approval, or I want to get a confirmation from you that all this material that I share with you will only be used for good. It will not be used for manipulation, and only will be used for businesses or products that really can help people. Because what I'm getting ready to share with you is the exact blueprint. It's almost actually like a key. It's my methodology. It's like a key or the code, right? It's like unlocking the code to you at any time when you are uncertain about how to grow your business, or you're stuck on how to get new clients. This is going to be your blueprint, that key to unlock the exact method to show you how to do that. So can I get a yes from everyone in the comments, or can I get an agreement that you are going to only use this for good? Okay, and we have a printout of this. Because just like setting expectations, where you tell them the transformation they're going to have, or in the beginning when you say, I will, which one is it? The very first one that says, I'm going to show you the transformation you're going to get and how we can work together at the end. Remember, in Underbuild Rapport?
Yeah.
It's another one of those seed drops.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's another psychological, right, where we anchor in your trusting, and that when you ask them for permission and you ask them not to use it for good, and that you're going to show them what you're going to reveal to them, the actual code, this is when they lean in even harder. Right? Does that make sense? We're like, whoa, like it's almost like you're making it serious. Like, this is serious, right?
Yeah.
Because you're asking them not to use this for manipulation. Right. And Larcy, we have a printout of it. It's very simple. All the slide requires, and I'll give you an example. You got it, Lars?
Yes, it's the sexy sales closing script. I'm sending
there
it
you
to you
go.
now.
Sexy sales closing. Thank you. And I only use like I have a slide, even an image that we could use for this. It's like it's either like you're promising, or it's I'll give you some examples, but it could be even you. Can I ask you for permission, right? And it's just a generic image that's like asking for confirmation of their promise.
Okay.
Okay. It's just one slide with an image. So it's time to go, but before we do, I need to ask you permission.
Okay.
And then you almost read that script, right?
Okay.
Because these are really going to be powerful for your closings. All right, next is going to be the body reveal. This is when you're teaching. And just so you're aware, this first to the setup and the proof, this is less than 10 minutes, okay? You're jamming through this stuff.
Okay.
Right? It's less than 10 minutes. And it's because you want to get to the point, because people are no longer waiting around as much anymore. So you're like, guys, great to see you. It's Kristine. Welcome. You are in the right place. This is the topic. Boom.
Yep.
My name's Kristine. This is what we're going to do today. And you're going to leave here with this, right? First, a little bit about me real quickly. My mission is this. Before you leave here, this is my promise. And I'm going to give you as much as I can today in the time that we have allowed, right? And then you say, so great. Guys, just really quickly, wasn't always like this for me. I was a burned out health practitioner, right? I had a business that was thriving, and then I didn't know how to find clients. I had no systems. I had this. And then I started to look into ways of solve this problem. I couldn't find new clients. I was burned out, all those things. So you see how relatable and discovery is like quick? But it's just your rhythm. So this is going to be natural for you once you get it anchored into your slides because it's a natural way of communicating. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So then you're just going to kind of roll through it and say, but don't worry, you're in the right place because this is what we're going to do today. I'm going to teach you all of this stuff. And you're in the right place if you are this person, and you're not in the right place if you're really not willing to take action on your business, if you're really not willing to invest in yourself. Maybe you're brand new and you're like, I don't even know where to start yet. Right? This may not be for you yet, but this is what we're going to do. You're going to learn this. I'm going to solve these problems, and this is transformation. Here's a great testimony from a client that wanted to share, boom, and you just do it really quickly, right? Because these are the results that my clients have had once they learned what I'm going to teach you today. Okay, so I'm going to show you, these are some of the results. Hi, darling, good morning. These are some of the results that I've had with my clients when they came to this exact training. Okay, so that's where those client testimonials will come in. Right, and you do it real quick, 15 seconds, or it's just an image with a testimonial, little ROI, like what took place. And then, all right, so it's time to go. Before we go, I need to ask you permission. Are you okay that I show you and crack this code? But before we do it, I want your promise. You can't use this for manipulation. It can only be used for good. You've got to want to help someone. You've got to want to transform their life. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the code, the way to get you at that moment where you're like, I don't know how to, find clients. I'm going to literally give you the blueprint. It's our competent marketing code. I mean, it's just something you're going to be able to unlock in that moment when you're not sure what to do. See how that just flowed super duper quick?
Mm-hmm.
And then now and you're getting this recording as well. So you'll be able to watch this exact same spot. And then now is, okay, let's get to the nuts and the bolts. We're gonna work through these three main problems today, right? So if you have three main things that you're gonna talk about, and now you start to reveal through your teaching. And the way that we put it in here, it doesn't have to be confusing. It's just about you actually teaching in that point, in that moment of what your content will be. So do you have like your three main selling points that you are, or the three main topics that you would hit, maybe one or three?
I mean, I have like an 8-step, like kind of like program blueprint or process blueprint that I bring my clients through. I mean, I could do the first 3 of those. I just wasn't sure like if those would be the 3 strongest ones to do, or if any of them would give away like too much information. So people would be like, I'm good.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure how to think about that.
Okay. So what I would look at is, first off, showing that blueprint, just like I showed you my 5 soul brand, right? Show that process, your formula, whatever that is, and say, this is what we walk through. And that actually could be your number one point, is your actual methodology, but you're not going to teach it. Remember, this is a sales conversion webinar. It's not I'm just going to deep dive and show you everything I got. Right? So if you have your 8 points, then you talk about, this is in our process. When I work with my clients, this is what we walk through. And the problems that you may have are either laying here, 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 or here. You see how you can identify the problems by pointing at your methodology. Like, for instance, if I were to be, selling this and say, this is the methodology that we work through with our clients. What I'm going to actually dive deeply in today is more of the brand story, like where our clients, when they're building their brand, releasing what they do to the world, they really get their patterns crossed because they don't know how to tell the proper story. Their message is too mumbled, right? The message isn't grunt testable, right? So I dive deeply in and I'm talking about the problems that they've got in telling their story and actually delivering their message and their brand to get people to want to work with them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So I would actually show them like a screenshot of my like blueprint with all the steps.
Yeah. So so if you say, because then what happens, Kristen, is that they see you have a methodology, right? So when we're talking all along, I'm going to walk you through the steps of how to, right, avoid burnout, to, get more clients, whatever the juice is for this webinar. And if they see this, all of that, do you have that in front of you?
I do.
Okay.
I
Because,
can send mine.
yeah, when they see it, that means you've got a process. So if you then, this first point could just be, it's even more of a confidence builder because it's showing that you know what you're talking about, right?
Mhm.
Let me go in there and then let's see. Okay, great. And we were going to help you put this one together as well once we're actually, okay, right. That's right. Great. You
Yeah,
had
I
showed
showed you
me
this before.
perfect.
So
So
it's like not in final form. It's really a big mess. So it would need to look a little fancier.
yeah, no, that's okay. But what I would recommend then is doing what I have, which is step 1, getting clear on your vision, your passion. Step 2, finding your soulmate client. Step 3, right, creating an irresistible program, amplifying your worth, because this is your blueprint
Yeah.
to them having the transformation, which is I'm going to help you get more clients, avoid burnout, right? This is your methodology. So what that means is, let's see, what's today? Today's Tuesday. How heavy is the team on design work today in the next 24 hours? Because if we could make Kristen just the template outline,
Yeah, we
her,
can.
her welcome, her welcome slide with her image, exact same what we've already got, with the title, welcome to the blah, 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 masterclass. Then we're going to need her methodology slide and her offer stack. And we'll keep them quite simple. And then you can fill in all the other slides. But these will be the 3 that the guys can design. And what we can do, Lars, is if you take this and just actually start writing that out while we're here, is it's just going to be, right, it'll be, and if you are okay with this, Kristen, can you allow me just to give direction on what it should look like so we can get it done and then we can edit it later?
Yep.
Okay, so these are your steps, right? Are they 8 or they're 9? Yeah, 9.
I think it's 9.
Okay. If you were to visualize an image of how you'd like this to be delivered, like for instance, can you see this one with the world in the middle?
No.
Okay, let me
No, we're
switch
not
view
seeing.
again. Okay, thanks. Okay, so I've got 2 and I want you to look at them. I want you to think, we keep stuff so simple, grunt testable, so silly. Like this is like probably the most silliest slide ever, but it's one of the most well-known and understood slides in a webinar, and why people go, that's exactly what I need to do. I have my idea. I want to learn a process to share the gifts with the world. I want to bring them into my world with a funnel, a Facebook group, and I want to make an offer, and I want to create a customer for life. That's what I want to do. I'm like, great, then I will do that. Now, if I gave them every step that it took in each and every one of them, that's going to take about 3 months to 6 months, no one would ever buy, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the destination, it's not the plane.
Right.
Right? Because if they're like, if I have to figure out how to build a plane to actually get to Bora Bora, there's no way I'll ever go to Bora Bora.
Yeah.
Right? So it's thinking about how do we make the visuals so silly and simple, which you've already done with writing out your steps. How could I make it super silly? Oh, actually, this is the slide that I would have showed you. No, not that one. I'll go back here. Did that switch again back to the brand soul?
Nope.
Okay. Darn it, the Zoom. I would really be aware of this. I did another whole webinar the other day and recorded it. Didn't change slides. 45 minutes, and I didn't get to use it. I was furious. So, okay. So again, here's the other, right? Now I even have a sexier one, but I couldn't find it. Marcy, if you can find the new brand soul one,
Sure.
let me know. But do you see how I did the other one with the big, crazy, easy, simple images? This one is for my more logical brained marketers, okay? Because I work with people like you. You've got a business, you understand it. I can talk faster because it's already in, right? Yeah. And because it's strategic. So when we think about our customer, the first one was my brand new people that I was bringing in to teach the complete new process. They had never had a course. They just wanted to start fresh. That was my 12-week program. This is for my clients like you that want to work with us. They want a development and they just want to tighten it all up. Okay. So it's about thinking, you could do all 9 with just the labels with content underneath them. Simple content, like we're going to hit this, this, and this, and this, with, you know, just let's say, like, we really could just even follow your brand guidelines, like using the, you know, the yellow and the black. They could either use stars, or they could use something that could be, right, related to each and every one of those.
Yeah.
Because you talk a lot about your soulmate client as well. Let's think of the imagery that they would want, right? Because
I think definitely the more simplistic one, like the first example would be, because these people are already like super overwhelmed by marketing.
Did it change?
No, it didn't.
Darn it. So annoyed with this. I keep changing the slides for you guys. Right? Okay, so Larcy gave me another, so let me pull that one up too. Thanks, darling. Yeah, okay. This one's our favorite. This is the new one. It took me a couple versions to get to where I wanted it to be. But see, this one is a little sexier. It's more on brand for me, right? It's got my kisses on there, and I like electric lighting. I wanted people to feel like it's like, you know, like you're at a club and it's like, bah, bah, because that's what I want everyone's brand to feel like it's talking to them. Yeah. Right? So, but simple, right? Still quite simple. Brand soul is the objective of my methodology. It's like finding your brand soul. So I want everyone just to know that. And then it's got my list. So for yours, we've got the black, the gold, and let me go back now to your actual document. Right. Okay. So did it switch?
Yep.
Oh, it actually did. I was going to say, no, it probably didn't. So I'm just going to do it anyways. So now we could go, it could be the title slide, like confidence marketing code. You know, it's the confidence marketing code, right? Yeah. Because that is what the code is now. And that's why the company, then it all starts to relate, Kristine. It's like, she's got a code. Whoa, she's got the code. And I want that. So, and then you could use, because we haven't done that yet, we could use like my brand soul image. You could use the confidence marketing code, and it says crack the code, and it could have a lock in the center. That could be like that top point, like this one, if it changes, right? You know what I'm saying, right? Where I had the brand soul in the middle. And then you could have the client on the left-hand side, right? Let me go back to this one because I'm visualizing, and I want to make sure you're with me on the visualization.
I think the more complex one might confuse my people.
Okay, there you go. So this is really important, right? So the ones that have all that extra stuff to look at, too confusing?
Yeah, I think so. I think definitely the more basic one would serve them, because they're already like so overwhelmed. They're like, I don't know what to focus on. I don't know what to do. I'm so overwhelmed by this marketing thing.
I love it. Perfect, right? So this is such good discovery to know when you're delivering a webinar. Most never get to that point, right? They want to give it all away, and then they don't know why it doesn't land. Okay, perfect. So then that would be getting clear on your vision. So maybe an eyeball, right? Like literally, or a vision, something that has to do with vision.
Yeah.
Number two, and that could be circled, and it could just have that label, right? How to find your soulmate client. Boom, a big client with a heart in the middle.
Yeah.
Right. Three is irresistible programs. That's a good one. We can find something that's an irresistible image. Like maybe it's, I don't know, what pops up for you? Like food, or because it's food people. So I'm thinking of like, what would they want? Like an avocado, do they want, right?
Yeah, something like that, or like a little picture, like image of like a book or something to represent like content, like a guide.
Yeah. So I would make it more juicy.
Okay.
Meaning like irresistible, not program, irresistible. Because that's your defining word, and they all can do a program, but you're helping them create an irresistible one, right? So the guys can, play with something, and we could just land on it initially. But I think if we did image about passion or vision, eyeballs are always great because you say vision. Is it vision, or is it passion and purpose? I think it's more vision.
Probably more so their vision. I mean, they have the passion there. It's more so they don't know where they're headed.
Yeah. All right. If as we're doing this, if something pops up for you and you're like, vision, is it Is it eyeball, or is it, because that will just help us to help define it. And I'll show you, I think I have an eyeball image of one that I used. It's really good. Let's see. Remember that one on Larcy that I got with the big eyeball? It's really gorgeous. It's the Jeff Bezos quote.
Let me
Let me
find
see
it.
if I have it. Yeah, I'll see if I'm not sure if it's there. Are you on my, I'm gonna do it again. Okay. Right, so I show this one for my logical brain thinkers, and I go right to basic before I start. So that's how I do it. But again, here's the seal to the kit here. So let me just give you the visual so you can see it. So it's going to be you in the white chair for now until we change that, and it'll be your title slide. Then, of course, this is my seal to the kiss promise. All my branding's there. It's very, very wild and crazy me. Right, this is what I'm doing with you today. Right, so I create obviously brand images that way, but it can be you. It doesn't even have to be your picture. I'm just that's my personality. Logical thinkers, but if you're not ready for that yet, maybe they aren't, don't do it. We'll go basics. Okay. And then we do things like this. So if you do, this is my 9-point methodology, but I'm going to cover this today. See how simple that stays?
Yeah.
So if we take your 9 points and you go, okay, vision, eyeball, but this, irresistible, maybe it's like someone like holding a juicy like avocado or fruit or fruit, right? Something just simple. It doesn't have to be crazy. And then the next one is soulmate client. I mean, that could be just the client with the heart in the center. Like literally, we could use something like this one.
Yep.
Right. But again, these are all the kind of stay on brands. We either want to choose something that just stays real simple. So it's either going to be like a real image, or it's going to just be a graphic kind of style. But if you're happy with the guys to find something that works for the first time, then we'll just let them find something that represents the labels that we give them.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that for the first go around.
Cool. All right.
And if I have like a visceral reaction to one, I can let you guys know, but I'm not too picky about that.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just good because we're going through this, because now this will all pop for you as you're writing these, then it'll all start to make sense. Okay, so then, yeah, irresistible, amplify, obviously it's something that lifts, it's, it's something, or self-worth, it's a dollar sign maybe, because pricing.
Yeah.
Right. So let's do 4 can be like a dollar sign or pricing. And again, Larcy, when we're writing these down, it will explain to the guys it has to stay classy, right? Because Kristine, everything she's professional and she's classy. So it should either then probably be like a dollar sign, like a very clean, the gold dollar signs, not cheesy, but gold with a black circle around it. Like something that's very classy, almost like the Bitcoin image, but not quite. So then all of those would need to stay very, very similar. Then they would stay in that classy look, so they can keep it all branded for you. Attraction can either be a magnet, which I think that you like, magnetic, client attraction. And message, of course, can be sales is money, but message could be maybe them vocalizing words coming out of a mouth.
Yeah, that or
right? Yeah.
Or like a square that represents like a piece of paper and then some squiggles or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about messaging. Okay.
Yeah.
And Larcy, you're taking a little bit micro notes on this, right? So we can just give the guys.
Right, I am.
Thanks, babe. And then revenue generating sale days, like sale, this is like maybe someone holding money in their hand. If we can find one that's classy enough, right? This is like, I did it. I actually made money.
Yeah.
Right. And then, technology, of course, that can be kind of simple. And then, this is great, prioritizing you. And it could be literally a circle that's just you, prioritizing you, right? The word you. So this will be simple. All right.
Do you think 9 steps is like overwhelming for people to see?
No, you're not going to teach them, right? You're just going to show, right? So I think you say, this is my methodology and this is what we do. And this is the process of you creating, like whatever the promise is, avoiding burnout, right? Having that confidence marketing code, like to be confident, like your promise for them is that they are going to be, confident relieve stress, be confident, and know exactly how to grow and build your business. So you're providing, this is the code to get to that point. It's brilliant how you've put it out. So you'll sample them. So step one then, let's go back to our offer outline. Let me find where I put it. Where are we at? Okay. Are we there? It show, right? We back to our outline? Great. Right, so this number one is revealing all the steps, right? This is what it is, this is what I do, this is what it takes to get to that point, right? And then as they're reading this though, Kristen, they're going, oh my gosh, yeah, I don't actually know who my perfect client is. Oh my goodness, I don't even know how to get revenue generating outcomes, which I would make sure that you're using the languages that we had in the audit as well. Remember that revenue generating process?
Yep.
Make sure that's part of those before we take that document or before you give us the list of them. And then they're going, oh my gosh, yeah, I need all of this, right? So then number two is really why this all matters. So then what you can do is, if you're revealing all of the methodology, then we go into like what really this, why having the all of these steps, like what's going to happen if they don't, if you don't cross or cover all of these steps.
Okay.
Right. So what we find is in point two now is why all this matters, because if you're missing one element like lead generation, now you're back to square one. How many of you have found that? You can highlight one big problem that if they miss this problem, which is probably like lead generation, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you're probably going to sample lead gen. So if you don't know, right, and now this is where your point is in your sampling about lead gen, like what you do. And so when we get stuck in this point, this is kind of a part of the methodology that of the systems that we teach you, like how to find organic leads, how to, leverage your groups or leverage your message to grow more leads. So that's like you dive into one of those big moments of teaching that they would need. If they don't have that, they're lost.
Right.
Okay. And then the third is really go deeply into either one or to three of those steps.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I'm teaching on it or just explaining the importance of them?
Yeah. So that, remember, so it's not like, it's just more deeply explaining like what you do to help them get to, let me go into the methodology again, the blueprint. Okay, so like which one would you say would be the most juicy that you can actually really talk about that they may not know? Because you're going through all of them and then you say, you know what, I'm gonna actually, let's really dig into this one. Like maybe it's finding your soulmate client. Or
yeah, I mean, because that one really goes back to messaging. It's like, most people just don't think about how their message is attracting or not attracting the right people. They're just writing whatever they can, and then they end up with the wrong people. And it's like, well, if you don't have the right messaging, you're going to get the wrong people.
Right. So that, if that's part of what you already are going to teach them in that 4 week, because it should be, because you talk really heavy about messaging, then that should be probably the big one that you talk about, right, is your message. So how do you find your soulmate client? Well, first it really comes down to message. So let's talk about message, right? It's not only finding them on social, but it's also how do you, it's that first touch point. It's the core message that you have in your business, because that helps you gain clarity. It helps your audience and your clients know what you'll do for them. For me, I always say, it has to be a grunt testable message. So many of you introduce yourself and you tell them what you do, and most people are like lost for the first 5 words because you're so marbly in your mouth, right? You're not so clear. Like, I do this for you. And so message, and I think you could probably nail that one, Kristen. You probably already have slides on it. It's probably something you already talk about.
Yep. Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, great. And again, I can help guide you into that. But remember, just the way the outline is set up, it doesn't mean that like you have to follow the exact languaging I put on. you can like dive in and make that your, let me get the outline again. There we go. You know, make these 3 points yours, right? I'm just giving indicators of like, discuss pain points and loss, you know, pain of loss if they don't have a good message or if they don't, right? So this, I'm just giving you some seeds. The third point one, that's the main one where you're going to dive into something. And then you say, look, you know, as we talked about before, and you could even recap that slide again, you know, after this is there's 9 to this whole process that really takes for you to dive more deeply into the process, right? But obviously we don't have as much time today, and I go a lot deeper when I work with you. So this is now when we transition. So now you transition into who's worked with you before, has done this and have achieved success. Because then we're going to transition into the offer. So that means you can either show a list or a client. In fact, this message, this client, her message was like completely backwards. She didn't know, where she was going. She was shooting and saying that the same thing that everyone else was saying. And then what we did is we got clear on her message. She then started to articulate better her offer, what she did. She knew who her soulmate client was. Right? And so that shows by having a clear and concise message, then this is the outcome. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have a few 1 to 3 of like sales proofs of?
Yeah, I probably have 2 that I could leverage. I mean, a lot of my clients are really new, obviously. So one of them I've been working with for over a year. So I think he would be open to something. And then the other one, I've been working with her since like July, but she is like a raving testimonial for me. So I think she would do a video for sure.
Yeah, great. So you can either do something, this one could be something quick. The video could be the one at the top. This could just be like, look, these are some clients that have done this exact same thing. She was stuck. She didn't know her message. We got super clear. And then it's her statement like, wow, I got so clear in my message working with Kristine. I, added on 3 or 4 clients. Or after working through this process, I now have a more clear message. I know exactly what my offer is. I love and know who my dreamy client is, right? It could be something after just working with you. It doesn't have to be necessarily ROI results at this point because they just work through the process.
Right.
Okay. Right? Or someone that's just even worked with you. Or even, something that you've done. This is where I was. I went from not knowing where I was doing to then having a very clear, now I'm, able to work with people like you. Or you could even give yourself as an example. When I was a health practitioner, I was just going for everyone. I was teaching them anything and everything. I was trying to get as many people I could into my practice. And then I realized I am the gut specialist. And I got clear in my message. And then my practice grew.
Yeah.
Right? So let's think of things like that showcases, finally I got to the point and now it worked.
Yeah,
okay?
That's a really strong story that I've got.
It is, big time, especially for you because you know them. You were them.
Yeah.
Okay, then the next is now you're going to start positioning your work. And this is a slide that says, as you can see, when I work with my clients closely, I have 100% success rate when I work with them closely, because you do have 100% success rate, meaning when you work with them, they get a clear message. They understand what they're, right? So you can say that with pure truth and confidence that when I work with my clients closely, I have 100% success rate because we dial in your message. We get that irresistible offer clean and clear. You know exactly who your soulmate client is because we don't leave until you know. So you can say that you have 100% success rate because you're not going to stop talking to them until they actually get it. Right? That's just like us. Like we don't let anyone go unless they're clear.
Right.
Okay. And then the last is now you allow me to really show you, which one was the wrong one. And then I love to make money, to make my clients, customers feel. And that's where that transformation comes from. Okay. I love making my clients feel confident, right? To feel successful. It could be just a slide that says, taken care of, held. That was a word that you were using. That they feel held, that they feel guided.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And so I've actually put something together for specifically for you, because many of you are those that I met at either the last event you either worked with me for, you've watched me, or you named the events like that they would come from. I've either met you at the last retreat or the event at the conference. So I really have been thinking about you, that's what it is that you need, and I've put something together really special. And now this goes into then the offer. All right, and so the offer is really quite simple. Services. We're going to explain exactly what it's going to be like working with you, and then we're going to give them what they get. Okay, and how we do that is I've got a really awesome, simple outline for you to follow, and that is right here. All right. Okay, this is the offer stack. Make it really simple. And write out obviously what the name is going to be of the, what they're going to get. So it's going to be, 490 calls, group calls. The course is going to be this. You get 4. You get to join our private Facebook group, and it's going to be 4 week long. This is 4 weeks long. Through it'll have just put it, the modules and the length of the program is kind of pretty much the same, because it's going to be 4 90-minute live calls explaining it. Okay, and then in the offer, it comes down to what are the bonuses they're going to get. So we always do usually 3 bonuses, and then we do 1 super sexy bonus, right? So this becomes your stack.
Okay.
Right. So do you have a name for the course yet?
No, I mean, maybe this is the Confident Marketing Code, and then there's a Confident Marketing Code Mastermind and a Confident Marketing Code Accelerator program for the one-on-one or something, if I just want to go off of that. I don't know. I think you froze.
Just call it the Confidence Marketing Code, because it's the code. It's the different together. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess the whole code is my 9-step process. So.
Yeah, and this one, right? So that's the Confidence Marketing Code. In this process, you teach then. Is this like the introduction? Like I have Sexy Brand Building Formula Program, and I have an intro to Sexy Brand Building. So it could be the Confidence Marketing Code Mastermind, and this is the intro to the Confidence Marketing Code, or just the Confidence Marketing Code 4-week program.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what I'm drawn to yet.
Okay. So, I mean, I kind of think about that. We're going to give you all these, and we'll give you, till tomorrow. We can have you deliver the name, right? The length, all of that. And then obviously we need to have the offer stack. So it's going to be, offer stack is a Confidence Marketing Code. Let's say the label of it's the 4-week program. And, the value of that is, because this is the actual program. So it's going to say Confidence Marketing Code program. Stack number 1 is 4 weeks, private Facebook group. It's, 90-minute sessions, live group sessions. So that's like kind of just, diving into what it is. And then, when you join, you're going to get, my bonus. Let's say you do a bonus one-on-one call, or you do a bonus give them something, right? If you have bonuses, it's good to have 1 to 3. You don't have them all yet, that's okay.
Okay.
And then the super sexy bonus is like probably maybe it's a one-on-one call. So they get 4 calls, 4 90-minute calls in a group. You get the complete outline of the confidence marketing code. I walk you through, and then my confidence marketing code ultra bonus, or whatever you want to call it, is then I also am giving the first 10 of you a one-on-one call.
Okay. Yeah. So there's definitely not going to be time in 4 weeks to teach them all 9 steps. So like that definitely needs to be delivered in a 6-month structure.
That's right. That's right. So then just think about then what in the process what you're going to teach them. And maybe it's not, you're showing them the whole code, but then inside of this process, they're getting, right, in this 4-week, we're going to actually walk through defining your soulmate client, finding your, what was the first one? It was like, defining your vision, understanding who your soulmate client is, clarifying that message, right? And then it's not the program, because that's the irresistible offer. That's what you want to teach them inside probably. But maybe you do teach them the irresistible offer, and then you show them how to deliver it inside when they get into the bigger one.
Yeah. I think creating their program would be hard to do in this structure too. Let me see if there's another step. Let's see.
Let's see, let me find your outline.
I mean, maybe we could wrap it up with a 4th module being designing a revenue generating day.
There you go. Yeah, you could do that. Well, this is also, though, amplifying your worth about pricing.
Yeah.
But revenue generating day, messaging into sales, I think that's a good one. Yeah. Look at that and see which one you're going to shoot there, because you're going to show them all. But in this course, we're going to be very specific together, and we're build the foundation, right? We're building the foundation. So we're going to get very clear on your vision, understanding what your passion and purpose is and how you can turn it into, your business. We're going to define how to find your soulmate client, who they are, talk about them. Most of us don't know who they are. And then, 3rd week, we are going to, let's say, well, that's strategy. Amplifying your worth could be pricing, and then you could say messaging. When you're turning your messaging into sales, so you can go from 1 to 2 to 6, and then,
I think amplify your worth would be a good 4th one too.
And pricing, and then of course the elevation of it and the extension after is like, look, now you've got the base, and now the offer from this is mastermind. It's like a perfect progression.
Yeah, I love it.
Confidence marketing code 4-week, then it's the confidence marketing code mastermind, then it's the confidence marketing code elevation program, or whatever you called that one, right? It's perfect. Yeah. This is going to be a foundational lead generation, initial sales process into your ascension model.
Actually, the word foundation, I like. Maybe that could be the name of this: Confident Marketing Code Foundation, or Confident Marketing Foundations.
Confidence Marketing Code Foundation program, or foundation. 4-week foundational program.
Yeah.
Pretty strong. I mean, if it's the Confidence Marketing Code, then it's your 4-week foundation program.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let me marinate on that over the night.
Exactly.
Tonight.
So think about that one. And then of course the next is Confidence Marketing Code 6-month mastermind program.
Right.
So they all will really level through. Foundational is strong, right? It's really strong. Okay. So where were we? I want to go back through. I'm going to go back through the slide outline again. Look at that. And then we're going to give you, okay. So we're here. So this is when you're positioning your work. This is what I love. I love them to feel this way and confident and, you know, and connected and held. And so I've decided to put something really strong together for you to get that result, so that I can walk you through and help guide you into the, you know, into the promise. And then, so now is what I put together for you is the Confidence Marketing Code 4-week foundational program. That slide. That's your main slide. That's like your offering exactly what it's called. Okay. And then it goes, then next slide is them, because earlier you had said you wanted to solve this problem. You had these problems, you had this problem, you had this problem. Right? Great. Well, that is where the Confidence Marketing Code Foundation 4-week program is going to, call it a live program then, because they want to know it's live, it's not recorded.
Right. Okay.
So I just created this great program to help you get there. And then we use the offer stack. So then it's the offer. So we've put together is a 4-week guided live, you know, 90 minutes, 4-week program. So that's where the offer stack comes in. That's where that, you know, we just have it listed. And then we list it through them and say, normally this is a $3,000 course, but because we're at the end of the year, and there's many of you that I just met, I'm offering that program for $497.
Okay.
And I can help guide you through the offer close once we get this stuff ready and the languaging.
Okay.
And this is just really when you're revealing the offer slide. You just read it, go through it, and say normally it's in the first one will be normally this is a $2,997 program because it's live. It's 4 weeks. I go through these 4 steps, and this program is going to be $2,997. But for those of you, because it's at the end of the year, I want to create a foundation for you to start 2020 strong in your business. Is I'm offering you could do the first 10. For the first 20 for $497. You kind of think about that, how we pull that close together. And for those of you that do register today, you get these 3 bonuses, or whatever the bonuses might be. I'm also going to give you a one-on-one strategy call. You could just do the 1 bonus if you don't have a lot of them.
Okay. All right.
And then the 2 follow-throughs is either we decide if we're going to get them to buy on the spot. And I think that's what we had decided is you want to get them to buy right away.
Yeah.
Here's the link right now, register. And for those of you that are like, I'm not sure I want this, and you need more one-on-one, and you have a very specific, you want to speak with me on a high level, then you can do email me here, or this is when you could do the QR code. And have them get connected inside of your messenger.
Okay.
As a slide. Or you can even do the QR code slide even before.
Okay.
Because if you think about it, like, what if you did in the beginning when we opened it up and say, oh, by the way, all of you that are here, and some of you may not have time to stick around. So what I want you to do is I want you to pull out your phone, go to that slide, pull out your phone. That's how you can do it. You can make it in the beginning. Like, welcome, I'm happy to have you guys here. Look, my name's Kristine, blah, blah, this is the topic. And say, but you know what? Some of you may not have the next 30 to 35 minutes to be, or 30 to 45 minutes to be at the whole one. So what I want you to do, if you have your phone in front of you, take out your phone, do this, and scan this, because I have a free gift for all of you at the end.
Okay.
If you're confident and comfortable to do that, that could be really interesting. But if you think that, like you said, they might be a little too tricky for them, because I'm just thinking of ways to get them in your messenger if they don't stick around.
Right. Yeah, I like that. What if, some people might be joining on their phones, though, and might not be able to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
But I like it.
Let's save it. Let's play with this, because this could be too techy for this one. Let's save that, but that could be fun to do later, right?
Yeah.
We also can do in our email that says, we could do it like this. In our email that reminds them, says, if here's the link to join. If you cannot join, click here to connect with me on Facebook, and I will provide you with the replay. So we can grab her. You can give us your link, your personal messenger link. And we did that how we did the other day, where you tapped on your face, went to scan code. When you go down, it says that. Remember that me link? Was it you asked, or I think it was Yamilka that asked? It was Facebook, me, and it's a link that actually takes them into your messenger.
Oh, okay.
And here, I'll do it. I can show you. It's really simple. So it's going to Messenger, then type on chats again. Like we've done before, you hit chats. And then when that pops up, if you scroll down, there's a username. And a username, it says, share my link.
Okay.
Right? And then from username, it says share my link. And it says copy. And I copy my link. Okay. And now I'm going to give it to you in our chats so you can see what that looks like. I can't give it to you in chats because I'm not on there. I'll give it to you in Messenger. So that could be a cool way if we wanted to make it simple. Right? And this is just always fun ways to just, this is stickability stuff. This is stuff that people do, right? This is people that, they don't do this, they don't teach it. I just gave it to a messenger so you'll see. So it basically gave them it's a link to get them in your messenger. So then, right when I do that, if they click that, and all of a sudden you get these people adding you in, just go boom, hey, it's a pleasure meeting you. Or you could do C3 or W1, webinar 1. Like, really great to see you. I'm sorry you missed it, but here's the replay, or here's this. You do something like that. So we can talk about that, more deeply, but I think this could be a fun way to work it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So that's all I want to leave you with is this outline. We focus on the outline. If you can deliver to us the topic of the title, because we can get the title slide done, and then that offer stack outline completed, so it's got the name, what's in it, so we can put the offer stack together. And then once the offer stack outlines are together, we can finalize the last few bits.
Okay. Should I get that together tonight before I go to bed so that you guys can have that?
If you're good to go, that would be great, because then we will task it out to the guys, because it's our Tuesday and your webinar is on Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely put that together. I started to put together notes already, so it just will take me 10, 15 minutes.
Keep it super simple. And, just that. And then the guys will start creating that, and then we'll put the template together for you, which will just be, have your logo on the bottom right-hand side. It'll probably have a hue, maybe of yellow with a black wave along the top with the borders around it.
Yep. Okay, cool. Okay. Sounds good.
Awesome. All right, perfect timing. Because our power's out, I'm at 2% battery, so we're good.
All right.
Yeah. Just to let you know, the design division is already working on the template.
Oh, of course they are.
Wow.
You're amazing. Yeah. This is what's so awesome. You have this huge team working for you. So then Larcy will give you this replay. She'll also provide you with this exact outline that we went through today, and the offer stack. I'm not going to get her, I'm not going to give her the complete webinar outline. Actually, you can give it to her, Larcy, but I just want you to focus on this outline, because I have like a 96-page how to build your whole webinar. You don't need that right now, but it will be helpful for later. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. Okay. Awesome. Keep us posted. We'll talk to you in your morning.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Lars. Be unstoppable.
Bye.